Join me as we talk all things true crime.
Made contact and shattered.
The missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and that the mother has went through a wall, came home, now they can't find her.
Chad, where are Lori's kids? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say?
4 were stabbed multiple times and were likely asleep during the attack. Some had defensive wounds.
Most of them had just like one that was the lethal stab wound.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Once I told a lie, and I told my family, I had to keep lying.
Rick Sherman is a demon.
We haven't cleared anybody.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for another ATS News live stream. Let me know, moderators or chat, if you can hear me okay. And hello to Adrian, Mally, Kitty Q, Dustin's here, Jay, Jen, Teacup, Pointer Lover. Good to see everybody. Zoe and Tony, Avery. Thank you, Johnny, letting me know that the sound is good. Allison's here. So this is part 2. Yesterday, we covered part 1. Hold on, let me just add this to the screen. All right, so in part 1, we covered the conversation that he had with the 2 detectives on this case. They pretty much confront him with knowing that there's images on his phone that they discovered through his Google iCloud. And they were obviously damning and incriminating images, which obviously connected him to Madeline in a sick way. I think you guys all understand and know what's going on there. So he pretty much knows that he's screwed at this point. He knows that they found that material, and he has asked for an attorney. So at this point, the questioning stopped because he asked for an attorney, and we're going to see the forensics team with their cameras. They also have, I don't know if it's his phone or something that is showing them an image that they want to compare to his body. So we're going to see him stripped down, unfortunately. And this part is going to be the team documenting his parts. And that's pretty much what this whole half of the interrogation is going to be about. So we will see him stripped down. I have redacted as much as I could, and hopefully nothing sneaks out underneath the black rectangle that I edited over him. I think I did a pretty good job. The horrible thing is, for some reason, there was something wrong with uploading it, so I had to do the editing all over again. So unfortunately, I had to look at these images and this video more than I wanted to, but it is interesting to kind of see the process. And remember that we read in the 900-page documents, there is some distinct marking on his area that they are looking for, that they are going to use against him. I know, Dustin, it was terrible. My husband was like, yeah, I can redo it, but you'll have to just redo the editing. And I was like, what? You're kidding me. I'm like, do you even know like what I had to look at? But we want full justice for Madeline. And just watching this process, you know, I'm very convinced right now that they're going to be able to convict him on both trials. So he is facing the murder trial as well as CSAM material. So I'm pretty much confident that, you know, he's never leaving jail or prison, regardless of what he says to his parents and all that through emails. And also I'd seen today, this was interesting. This document is a call. So it's a case supplemental report. It was printed on June 13th, and the call, I believe, was in May 8th. And it says, this is a documented call that Stephan Sterns made to his father on April 10th, 2024. It is some sort of cryptic. Is this some sort of cryptic confession? For those that can't view it, it reads as follows. Stephan calls Chris Sterns using inmate verification, and then it gives his number. 12:57 minutes into the call, Stephan tells Chris, you know, that I would never have wanted that for her, meaning Madeline. Stephan then says, I am not sure really that any one person is specifically responsible. It's probably a combination of factors that led to it. I have never felt anything like that before. It was horrible. Chris tells Stephan that he hopes the truth will come out, and Stephan responds, well, yeah, as if he was dodging that statement. This call was downloaded and submitted into evidence.com. So just an interesting little tidbit of what's been going on behind bars for Stephan. Obviously, after this whole conversation is done and over with that we're about to watch. And hello, Roxanne. Johnny's handing out tacos for everyone. So scarf them down now while we have time before they show Stephan taking his clothes off and you'll lose your appetite. And hello, Marco and everyone else. If I didn't say hi to you, we're just getting into it. So let's go. So he is obviously by himself after he asked for an attorney. They're going to walk back in the room and basically present him with a search warrant to take these videos and confiscate his boxers and his pants. It's honestly, I think it's a really interesting process. We kind of watched the same thing happen when we broke down Sarah Boone's interrogation. So like I said, this guy's going to come back in. The other detective will come back in as well. And then a team of forensic people will come in with the camera. And they have something that they are comparing his body part to on a device. So you'll see in somebody's hand that it's also redacted. That was given to all of us in our Freedom of Information Act is already redacted. I'm assuming it's a picture of him and Madeline, and they're trying to replicate the image and trying to compare the marking on his area to the image in the phone. And hello, Sleuthy Goosey, Sprinkled Donut, and Mary Beth, everybody else. Jordan, good to see you. Hit that like button if you haven't done so.
Stephan, so what's going to happen now is we have a warrant to collect a couple of items from you, okay? So basically, this young lady here, we're gonna swab your cheek, you know, we're gonna take some of your clothes, stuff like that, okay? So she is gonna take some pictures of you as well, like your hands, and we're gonna ask you to take your jacket off so we can get your arms and all that stuff too, okay?
Now, from my understanding, he has been wearing that hoodie for a while. I think even in some of the media interviews, he was wearing it. So they're going to collect everything from him. I think that they should even collect his hat. I can't remember if they do or not. I think they do. And hello. Oh, thank you so much, Derek, for gifting 10 memberships. And welcome to all those members. And hello, Sex Dwarf. Good to see you. And EE Caroline. Yeah, what is the history of that hat? It's dreadful looking. But thanks so much, Derek. I really appreciate that.
Oh, but yeah.
The whole thing?
Yep.
All right, so in the name of the state of Florida, all right, any sworn Kissimmee police officer, Osceola County Sheriff's Deputy, Orange County Deputy, sworn investigator of the State Attorney's Office of the Ninth Judicial Circuit Court of Florida, special agent of Florida Department of Law Enforcement, FDLE, or any sworn police officer, deputy sheriff acting under a mutual aid or cooperation agreement with the Sheriff's Office of Osceola County. Whereas before me, the Honorable Judge, it's hard to read his handwriting, of the Ninth Judicial Circuit of Orange County, Osceola County, a sworn written application affidavit search warrant has been made on this date by Detective Moore of the Kissimmee Police Department, assigned to the Criminal Investigations Division. And whereas the facts made known in this application and search warrant, there may be cause to certify and find probable cause to believe that certain evidence, to wit, DNA, genetic material, buccal swabs from you, Stephan Michael Sterns, blood, saliva, or epithelial cells to be collected from you, Michael Sterns, photographs and swabs of your penis, and clothing worn by you as of right now.
So thank you so much, Dustin, for the super sticker. So he just pretty much found out that they're going to take pictures and all that of his genital area. So I'm wondering if he knows, like, okay, because like I said, there's that distinct marking that has been repeated over and over in the documents that we've seen. And I just wonder if he knows that that's exactly why they're taking those photos.
All right, this is evidence. This is believed to be evidence of the felony crime that we've already talked about that took place in Florida, which is a violation of statute 7940114B and 8270715A, prohibiting the crimes of sexual battery, possession of material depicting sexual performance of a child. Currently exists within Orange and Osceola County and is presently believed to be under your control, Stephan Michael Sterns, and that the law relating to said offenses are possessed on you, who is more specifically desired below, and then it has your name and date of birth and social. So Stephan Michael Sterns is your first name, social is birth 4/25/1986, and you're a white male, black hair, brown eyes, 6'2". Now therefore, the law enforcement officer named above, which such lawful assistance as may be necessary, you are here commanded in daytime, nighttime, or on Sunday, as the agencies of the situation may require, to enter and search the above listed person that we talked about earlier, with the taking of the DNA material, buccal cells, through a buccal swab, which will be done by the appropriate personnel and will involve no unreasonable intrusion into or upon the body of you, Michael Sterns, for which the evidence is to be collected. The person and evidence requested is reasonably believed to be engaged in or connection with the said illegal activity we talked about earlier. For this evidence described in this warrant and in the same of any part thereof to be found, you are hereby authorized to seize, secure, collect, photograph, examine, analysis, and videotape said evidence in this search warrant. All right, after we're done, a proper inventory receipt will be given for any evidence or property seized, and a completed duplicate copy of this search warrant will be delivered to you in control of the property searched, or in the absence of any such, we will leave a copy, but you're here today, so we'll give you a copy of the search warrant. All right. And then it just states that we have to do the search warrant return within 10 days after executing the search warrant as of today. All right. This will be your copy here. So go ahead and stand up. She's going to go ahead and take some pictures of you.
I noticed that too. Like, where are they getting Michael from? Maybe it's his middle name. Yeah, he's screwed and he knows it. I seen somebody mention, okay, Teresa, I pray we see the same with Jen soon. So do you guys think that 12 jurors would convict Jen of, at the very least, child neglect or endangerment? I think that 12 people would be on board with charging her, from all the comments that we read through yesterday, and just everyone's kind of, I haven't seen one person stick up for her.
If you could stand just in front of the wall here. hands out like this. And turn them over. Do you want me to take off his watch? Yeah.
I think that watch definitely should be collected too.
And your hat also, please. If you could open your mouth.
Yes, Destination New York. I loved that part. I turned the volume up too, so even though he talks very like quietly and timid, which I cannot stand, when we hear her say that to him, when he strips down, guys, listen up for it too. She says, "Don't try anything squirrely, or you'll be eating the carpet." It's hilarious.
If you can take off your shirt.
Gross. Sorry. It's gross.
Turn around, face the wall. Put your hands behind your back. Put them together like you're praying. There you go, just like that. Go ahead and spread your feet for me. Thank you.
Well, I won't go into too much detail, but I will say in the photos in the Freedom of Information Act that was sent to us, unfortunately, they included all the photos of his area. And yeah, I was quite surprised clicking through, and all of a sudden I was like, whoa, what the heck? Yeah, it's definitely nasty. And you can distinctly see the marking on his shaft area.
Let me get a picture. I just want to see something real quick. Did you get a really good picture of this right here? This whole area.
Who's the right hand? It's probably under the.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay, that area too, please. Can you take one like that, please?
Hey, turn around, Stephen.
Good.
Did you guys get a picture of his scar on his stomach?
She got a full frontal, yeah.
That is funny. She was trying to find it, LOL. And yeah, Sleuthy, it was definitely, definitely agree with your comment. At one point, one of the people who are on the forensic team taking the photos mentioned they're trying hard to get a good angle, I guess, to compare to whatever picture they have of him and Maddie on some device. And she says, well, something about it's hard because he's erect in the photo or something like that. I'm like, what is going on? Can you imagine showing up to work that day and this is what you have to face? Did he, Teresa? I was wondering because I think that they kind of needed that to kind of compare.
Yeah.
You can help out just by pulling your pants off your ankles or your toes.
Try not to let the pants touch the ground, please. What's this in this pocket here? Just your wallet?
Yeah.
Lift your foot, please.
Sorry.
You got it. We need to search these again before you take them to make sure that there's nothing else in there.
What do you want me to do?
I just want to make sure that we search these again before she submits them. Is there anything else in these pants that we need to know about?
Do you want me to take these off? Just I just want to get.
So two things. Remember before they walked in, he had taken out some e-cigarette or some vape or whatever. I bet you he's wishing that he would have hit it a little bit more, knowing that he's about to go off to jail after this. But the other thing I thought was interesting and important too, that we see them, make note that don't let the pants touch the ground. They really want it to stay preserved, and everything that these detectives and forensic team did was top notch in my opinion. And even people who are retired law enforcement commenting on it pretty much said the same thing.
Underwear, do you guys want that? Yes, we do.
He knows what's coming next. See, there I couldn't tell what he said, but I can hear the detective will say something like, we're done talking. You asked for an attorney. But every time I kind of went through this, I could not make out exactly what Stephan says because he kind of whispers all timidly. If you guys can hear it, let me know.
What bag am I going to put these in once you take them off?
The same as his pants. We're done.
No, we need them separate.
You need them separate?
Yeah.
have
Can
to
you get
take
another brown paper bag from the drawer?
I think he said, is there an attorney or something? And then he's like, we're done I don't know. Did he say, where's my wallet? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm like trying to, I was trying to hear it a couple times. Johnny, stop.
What we're going to do when we take off the boxers is I'm going to take them off. He's going to stabilize you to make sure you don't fall. I don't want the boxers touching the floor at all, so I'm going to hold them up. You'll remove one leg at a time, just like you did your pants, okay? And then do you...
And she says the same thing. We're not going to let the boxers touch the ground. Very thorough, very much a perfectionist. You could tell in her job, I think. Animal said he wanted to use his phone. Oh no, honey, you're done with your phone. You're done. And yes, Mary Beth, he has been in solitary confinement, which was confirmed by his parents. And we've known that most people who commit the crimes that he's committed, they put them in solitary confinement for their protection. Even though a lot of us think that that's kind of backwards, you know. But yeah, they have said in their interview on Hidden True Crime, I don't know if you all saw it, we kind of broke down some of it, that they hadn't spoken to him, and this was last week, for 3 weeks. So don't know if they've had a chance to since or what. Yeah, I agree, Rochelle. I think he's going to remain in there until then. And the parents also noted that they were told this trial might not even happen for a few years. Right, LOL. Sir, what exactly do you think we're doing here? Like, what? We're just going to give you your phone back and you're just going to hang out with us for the night after we do this? No. Stephan Sterns B-list Diddy freak off invitation on standby. He wishes.
You have a suit looking. We're just waiting on one more bag for your pants. We're trying to keep you exposed for as short a time as possible. Thank you. All right, ready? He's going to stabilize you. Go ahead, first leg out.
I'm going to take the belt out of here and put it in.
Okay, second leg out. Thank you very much. Alright, and there's certain things we're looking for, so we need to find the marks. Okay. Don't do anything squirrely, man. You will eat the carpet. Do you understand?
Absolutely, I am compliant.
Can you take a picture of that marker too, please?
You got another one under?
Okay. Well, I need like a flashlight or a light or something, please. Where am I? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're okay.
Can somebody else flash her? It was on this light right here somewhere.
Okay.
See how she's got, so that black rectangle is what I put on there. And trust me, anyone, you guys should be glad that I did that. I'm sure you are. The box next to it, the smaller one, is, I think, a device that they're kind of looking at, like a photo, obviously. And they're trying to kind of match it. I expected some joke about a magnifying glass. Maybe that's what they needed the flashlight for. Humanimal. It was terrible. Zoom lens for sure. Yeah, why such a big box? LOL. Guys, because honestly, Shay, to be honest, because he kind of gets he moves around a bit, and sometimes where I put the black box, something would be dangling underneath the rectangle, and I was like, oh no. So I'd have to like stretch the black rectangle bigger, so then it just kind of stayed there. Oh my gosh, microscope needed. Yeah, in case he moves angles. Yeah, it was needed. Right, teacup. And I've seen other comments say that. Last night I showed my husband shirtless Stephan and asked him how old he thought he was. He guessed 47, which I think is way too kind. He definitely doesn't look 39, right?
Okay. I don't see it. Can you show me the freckle, please?
I don't see it. Can you show me the freckle, please?
You know what I'm talking about, Mark?
It's the one he took over.
That was a freckle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your
Sorry.
hands in front of my If
That is hilarious. They say whatever that is. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Derek, right? And you know what? In some way, you just make me kind of think like when some sort of like what Jeffrey Dahmer said, like when he finally got caught, it was like a relief to him. I wonder if on some level it was like that for Stephan. Again, you guys know I like to analyze the psychology behind these sickos.
is it on this side, you think? Turn this way for me, please. Face me. Light on, right here. Back the light up a little bit and put it like more towards the center.
Put it more towards the center.
Right there. Flipped. Okay, let's take a picture of this mark right here, please, if we can.
Lift, and now she wants to take a picture of a mark.
See that? It could also be on the skin down here. When he gets erect, it's like getting, you know what I mean?
Isn't that funny? Like, so she's talking about the skin down there, you know, when it's getting erect. And then, like, she doesn't finish it. She just says, you know what I mean? And the other girl, her coworker, is just like, mm-hmm. It's just, I'm sorry. I'm only laughing because we hate this guy so much that, like you guys are saying in chat, like seeing him kind of powerless and being humiliated, you know, it's rather, you know, satisfying on some level. And when we talked about prison justice would be good for him, I mean, I agree with all that too. It's just, it's going to be a few years, I think, until this trial happens. And what's going to happen in between them, you know, phone calls, all that will be released, I don't know.
Any other marks? That like freckle thing right there?
I thought underneath.
Can we take it? Okay. Underneath where?
Do you have those pictures?
Yeah, Amy, I agree. I would not want to be the woman on the floor. I'd be double masking.
So we have this one, which I believe is the one that she saw over here.
That's that one.
That's the dark one.
Yeah, you can't really see
Right
it too
there.
well with him not being
Oh,
erect.
yeah.
Yeah. The one that we're trying to find is this down here.
Oh, gotcha.
The only thing we weren't able to find is this mark down here. And then the guy's like, oh, gotcha. I feel bad for all of them having to look at, I mean, we've been saying this through this whole investigation, like those poor law enforcement officers that have to, like, 35,000 images are found. You know, they're probably still going through them all.
So it might just be.
Let me see how much hair is. Can you zoom into that?
So animals, I tried to kind of look very quickly, and I definitely didn't linger on him. All I can say is there's definitely a mark that is distinct. As far as like him being freckly, like I don't really remember. It was just so repulsive, you know, and I was like running to the trash can to throw up. So
Wherever the hairline starts.
All right, well, do we have a deputy out there with a real flashlight? Think of this skin. It could just be that the hair got thicker too.
Or it could have been he had an ingrown.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have the look.
And then he has freckles on his leg.
Yeah.
and she said maybe it was an ingrown, and then now they're talking about the freckles on his legs. I'm praying, Allison. I'm like, I really hope there wasn't a like second, even if you blink, like, and he moves in the right way, like we're screwed. I'm screwed. I'm gonna have to like blur it out after the live stream. Okay, Dustin, thanks for being here. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, we can take the birthmark or whatever it is.
Can we take a picture of the other side?
You want to check the pictures before we put clothes on and make sure?
Okay, so we for sure got this one.
Yeah, the black freckle mark.
Yeah, we got that. The other one could be an inline hair. Just remember. Can we take a picture? Well, we're not able to see it, but
Thank you, Jay, and welcome to the new 5 members.
it not being erect. I don't think there was anything else that I really saw.
Okay. Did we get whatever was under the Band-Aid that you wanted to see?
Did you guys take the Band-Aid off?
I took it off. Can we see? Let's take I think.
So he took a Band-Aid off himself. Did you hear that? They're looking for something where there's a Band-Aid, and she asked the other one if she took it off, and he's like, I took it off. What? Where is that? Yeah, where was the Band-Aid? Hold on, let's listen to that a little bit for a second.
Take the Band-Aid off?
I took it off.
I don't think there was anything else that I really saw.
Okay. Did we get whatever was under the Band-Aid that you wanted to see?
Did you guys take the Band-Aid off?
I took it off. Can we see? Let's take I think.
Let me get the swabs first.
Go ahead.
No, I don't think it was down in that area because she asked the detectives if they got images of the Band-Aid, whatever was under the Band-Aid. And then he says, no, I took it off. But I don't know where it is and what all that's about, where it was. But the reason why I don't think it was down there is because this is the first time they're looking down there. So they didn't know about a Band-Aid if it was down there.
Since you're already in there.
Yeah. And definitely the head of the penis too, please. Do you need where my hands are?
Well, I don't, yeah, maybe it was that where he got wounded because he said from changing the tire. When we did that in part 1, it was already like red, like the Band-Aid was already gone, unless like they're referring to a Band-Aid they had seen way, way earlier. But while he's talking to the detectives, like they ask him about it and like it was already unveiled. So I don't know. And they took pictures of him, his hands, right before they had him kind of like stripped down. So I don't know why she would ask about, did you get to see what was with that Band-Aid or whatever, if she was already, I don't know. I'm thinking it was somewhere else maybe. Well, maybe it was referring to the hand wound. That's interesting though.
I just want to make sure we'll get these clothes on him, and then I want to make sure that the marks on his hands are still. I'll steady you. He's gonna help you. Or you want me to do it and you steady him?
The front or back?
That's the front.
That's in the front. Yeah.
Put your left foot there. Thank you. No, not bad. That's right. Should be like a foot spot in there if you want to.
It's a onesie, yeah. Oh, hold on. Let's wait a second. Yeah, as long as his front is covered.
That's a nice outfit.
Okay, sorry, we just need to look at your hands again. I don't know if you can view the pictures you already have. I want to make sure that we have this stuff for them to include that scratch.
You don't want on the inside. I don't know if you can see that
Yeah,
one.
they got some in here too.
And what's the inside?
Right there.
What was the cut on his thumb that he needed a Band-Aid?
It's right there.
Yep, you're right, Sleuthy. She said, what was the cut on his thumb where you needed a Band-Aid?
What was the cut on his thumb that he needed a Band-Aid?
It's right there on the right side of the cuticle.
This?
Yeah.
Are we doing finger swab?
Was that? I don't think it was in there.
No. Is it?
Yeah, I didn't see any other injuries.
Okay.
But I mean, it was in the dark too.
Do you guys have everything you feel like you need?
Do you want to review that?
Yeah.
You want to just have a seat for a minute? Let him take a, here, let me pull it out for you. Let him take a look at the photos, make sure we have everything so we don't have to make you do all this again.
Handcuffs are digging into my joints here.
Which
I'm trying
one?
to find it comfortable. I'm trying to get it to a comfortable position.
The right hand?
The left one's the most uncomfortable.
Okay, face the wall for me so I can see.
The right one, I just got it to a better position.
This one's too tight?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do me a favor, have a seat. Let me swap my gloves because I don't want to touch my collar while in these gloves. Yeah. And I'll swap them out and then I'll get you new ones.
Thank you.
I'll be with you in a second.
Okay.
Hold on, let me take this glove and let me
Thank you so much, Derek. Appreciate that. 36 months, our anniversary, you being here. Thank you so much, being a great moderator and supporter. Always good insight on the chats too. So I really appreciate you. And I appreciate you being in the Facebook group too.
Stand up for me, please. I just want to make sure that main line is, you know what I mean? The main line on the wrist is seen. All right, go ahead and move forward, spread your feet, wide, 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 more, there you go, just like that. Is that better? Is that still okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, have a seat.
She's very smart too, so let's get her opinion. But I think
Yeah, we're going to.
It looked like some sort of tattoo of maybe a clown or something, or a jester. Hold on, let's see. Does anyone? I'm sure there's photos of it. Although, no, I didn't see them take any photos of his back. I don't know. It's like something with a mustache and a crown on.
Is that still okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, have a seat.
She's very smart too, so let's get her opinion. But I think
Yeah, we're going to.
Or family crest. Okay. Sure his family is real proud that he's got the family crest tattooed on him so that he can show it off in the showers in prison the rest of his life. So I'm pretty sure he's in here for a while by himself. So I'll just read your guys' comments and we can chit chat. Yes, for his 18th birthday or something like that. His parents paid for it, I'm sure. I hope you're feeling a little better, Sherry. Yeah, family crest or some Harry Potter tattoo. He really is disgusting. I'm wondering what exactly is going to be his defense. Because when there's digital evidence and there's children involved, I mean, what can you really even try and say? Hold on, let me pull up Court TV. Oh, hold on.
So when she's ready, we'll have you stand up and just. She's gonna take a little bit of swabs of your hands, okay? So when she's ready, we'll have you stand up and just face the wall, then it's easier for her.
Let me just go ahead and stand up.
That's okay.
Yep, you can stand up right now. Could you bend your right thumb towards your palm? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Cindy said, I bet he eats a lot of McDonald's food. I agree. And I was just thinking about how Jen Soto was telling the investigators that, she said, thought it was a good idea for them to grab McDonald's before school that morning because it would be something special and different the day after her birthday. And it's like, but her birthday wasn't even the day before. That wasn't her real birthday. That was just her little party that she was doing. So I just can't get like this whole McDonald's trip that was kind of planned out. And then Stefan's like, she didn't want it. I asked her a couple times and she didn't want it. Obviously, we know that she wasn't alive, but I don't know. There's just something about Jen Soto kind of like talking about that McDonald's trip. Like, oh, yeah, we thought it was a good idea because it was the day after her birthday, something special. It's just of all days, the day that she goes missing, AKA murdered, was a day that like Jen suggested something different too. I don't know if you guys there's just something about it. She knew it was all BS. It's like was she backing Stefan's whole story up? You know what I mean? Like, because we're always saying that she's protecting him. Was she just backing up this BS story? And if so, then that also means that she definitely could have known about more things.
left them torture files?
None of us. Why are we asking?
Thank you.
And then you got her neighbor? Yeah.
Yep, that's so true. Notice Jen never says one positive thing about her daughter through all the interviews. In fact, she puts her down a few times, a preteen. Right. That was her competition, in my opinion. She didn't have the love for her daughter. Have we ever heard her say, I love my daughter? I think Jen was just as groomed as Maddie. So she was going along, like parroting what Stephan told her and like backing up. I think they agreed on a BS story, cover up story. She knew what was going to happen, in my opinion. She just parroted everything Sterns wanted her to say. Like, yeah, I could see, all those being possible. Yes, she was jealous of her. She never said she loved her. Did we ever hear it? I really cannot recall.
All right, buddy, you sit up.
Her competition, her bargaining chip to get men. I don't believe he groomed Jen. I don't know. Yeah. I think Sterns parroted what she wanted him to say. And she never says Maddie's name. In fact, she'll be like, dump the body. I'm sorry to hear that, beard freak. She didn't like or love her daughter. She was so desperate. Look at him playing games all day, no job. She basically supported him, in my opinion. Look at them all like squirming, like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable right now. This is terrible. That whole McDonald's thing is weird. And I've noticed that everything Jen Soto had to say about Madeline is always talking down about her. She has never said anything positive about her. Never says Maddie's name. She constantly tries to dehumanize Maddie. That's the main thing that raised my eyebrows as to that's what abusers and murderers do to their victims to allow to justify it themselves. Right. And like use this distancing language, to kind of distance yourself from knowing more or being connected to the crime or the victim in a criminal way. Yes, she does. Cindy says he's probably wondering if they'll let him have his sex torso. You guys remember that's what was found by. Oh, I wish Hidden True Crime would have asked Stephan Sterns' parents about the sex torso that they found in his room. Wouldn't that have been a good little oh my gosh. So what exactly were you thinking when you saw that sex torso in his room? I got to be careful with the sex torso jokes because I'm not even kidding. I get comments saying it's not that weird. That's sometimes, or there, a lot of people use that. I'm like, I don't know. Sorry. Sometimes people have, she did put Stephan above her daughter, anxieties when it comes to dating. So they buy a sex torso. I've heard it, and I've been like, oh man, am I being too judgy? Like, I'm not a prude or anything. It's just I never heard of one like that, like described in this case.
Your wallet's gonna go to jail with you, and whatever change you have, some like loose change in your pocket, I just toss that in the wallet too. Okay? Are you done with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need any more water?
More water would be great. Thank you.
More water would be great. Thank you. Of course you want to be waited on. Johnny, you're on a roll tonight. I hear the sex torso is going to do an interview, Miss ATS News. It's supposed to be very creepy. CNN might put the sex torso on the stand. Oh yeah, Sleuthy. I Googled it for research purposes, of course. Amazon's selling them. Look at them. Did he expect her to like give that to her, like manual, or give that to him manually, like feed it to him? I gotta see. I want to hear like if there's any little. He is.
Is there any way these can be in front of me?
No, sir. We do not do that. Sorry about that.
What? Everybody's making fun of me. What did he just say?
Is there any way these can be in front of me?
No, sir. We do not do that. Sorry about that.
He asked if she could put it in front of him. Oh, can it be in front of me? Oh, he asked for the cuffs in front of him. Okay. All right. Thank you for clarifying that, guys. The way he talks, you guys know, it's so annoying. Like, I can't hear you. What's he doing there? Thank you, Allison, for the super sticker. Okay, so he turned it so that he could read it better. If you are using the torso for the night purposes, I guess it's fine, but with him, it's creepy. Yes, agree there. Okay, have a good night, Roxanne. That part is so creepy. His voice is creepy. Jay says anything with him is creepy, to be honest, right? Look at him stretching. I noticed that too, Kelt, that he and Jen both do a lot of sighing. And you guys know what they say, like when you're around someone so much, you start like picking up on their habits and tendencies. So I find that interesting. She calls him her best friend. And if we're talking about the infamous plan not working, you know, he gets a flat tire. It just unsettles me because like remember Jen in her interview, she mentioned how like she was asked, you know, where she thought she could be or something, and she said something about like near a body of water, like or where there's gators or something like that. And I wonder if that was the plan the whole time between the two of them, but he got the flat tire and then they just planned on calling her in as a missing child like they did, which makes looking at that body cam footage of them and the way that we've kind of analyzed Jen as appearing to look very nervous, not just upset that her child is missing, but like things didn't add up. You know, you email the teachers instead of calling them. You didn't get out of your car to go into the school. You barely drove around looking for her. In an interview, she was asked if she's been searching, and she said that she's been staying home and other people are searching. It's just a lot of things that I really can't help but think that Jen knew way more. I think they had a plan, but the flat tire ruined it. I think that's a high probability and possibility. And just seeing how detached she is from her own daughter. The way Jen spontaneously talked about gators for body disposal sounded to me like a real thought, an actual honest sentence for once. Yes, that mixed in with her saying, maybe Maddie wanted to tell me and he silenced her. Those two things definitely stood out to me as like, are you telling us some bit of truth here? Yeah, she never went upstairs. Her and Stephan didn't even agree on what she was wearing. Let's say that she was completely oblivious and innocent. Like she didn't even see her daughter that morning or say goodbye to her and couldn't agree on what she was wearing. Hold up.
We're just going to swap out your cups. You're not going to go anywhere quite yet. So he's going to put on a pair directly under these.
I agree, Kay. Totally.
It's going to hurt for a minute, but he's going to take them off. Just bear with us. Fortunately, they're not made for comfort.
Right. Like, what did you think? You would just be given like a pillow while you're sitting in here and a blanket and all that? Like, unfortunately, they're not made for comfort, Stephan. I know you didn't hear that often, like your whole life. She said Unravel that her phone was in her room on the dresser, and her room was downstairs in the living room. So at some point, she theorized in her interview that she went downstairs to get changed or something and must have put her phone down and forgot it there on her dresser.
Thank you. All right, have a seat, Dawn.
Sit down.
It's worse. The pain is worse. It's cutting off circulation to my thumbs. Did Bio Dad pay child support? Jen Soto said he was always broke. Yes, they went to court for custody and all that. So I do believe that there was some sort of agreement there. Right. What a wine bag. Nobody, the worst is yet to come, right? And remember in one of the emails to his father, he's complaining about like, it's filthy in here. There's possibly blood on the wall and all, like, just the conditions of the jail. It's like, get over it.
It's already going on.
Right. I mean, this is the first time he's never had special treatment. I don't know why it got all quiet just now. He's like sleeping or whatever. We kind of asked that earlier, but I don't think so because it's kind of justified in this situation, the net sleuth. I know, redacted, but like, why if it was that? Let me fast forward a little bit, see if anything exciting happens. Yes, this is Heather. This is them prior to finding her. Yeah, he's thinking about how effed he is, and I'm here for it. Right. Remember, he was all whining about not getting the good chair in the interview room. Maybe.
We're putting it on?
No, I'm just gonna zip it up all the way. Can you stand up for me, please? You can face me. I'm gonna try to cover you as much as I can, okay?
Is there any way to have my arms through the holes in the handcuffs?
No, sorry.
Just get really claustrophobic like this. I feel like I'm gonna do this act.
Oh my gosh. He wants to have his arms through there. He's getting claustrophobic. Too bad. Sorry, I just am so angry at this whiny little F.
We can leave your chest exposed a little bit.
It's more just my arms being...
Yeah. No,
Yeah, it's not gonna change.
It's not important.
Get used to being cuffed, buddy.
This is his copy. Yeah.
Last sip of water before you go?
Yes, please.
Yes, okay.
Please, thank you.
All of it?
We won't go on until we get it done.
Thank you.
Would you like some more?
Go on.
Okay, head out there, just wait with her. She'll get you a little bit more water and then I'm gonna check.
She says she's going to check the room, and I ended it there. That was the end of it. So the net sleuth booth says, will we ever get to hear his interrogations about the murder itself? They won't release that in Freedom of Information Acts. So in this interview, he asked for an attorney. So I don't know if his attorney and him ever sit down and kind of further an interview or anything like that, or speak with police. I don't know if, I think this is the only one that we've read about in the 900-page documents. But what I will say is they will release information through the Freedom of Information Act filings that Criminality Teresa did and Alex Erickson did, which is how I'm gathering this. They've been kind enough to send it to me. We moderate for each other's channels, so of course we share resources when we can, and it's just they are updating their, specifically Criminality is updating the Google Drive file that she had sent me. So anything new that comes out, it'll be, we'll present it. And I'm sure other channels will as well, because they've also filed for the Freedom of Information Act. So if there is anything else, it definitely will be given to anyone who filed it, and anything that they can give us. Certain material, of course, they won't be able to share until trial, but whatever ends up happening with more documents and all that, we'll definitely look through. Yeah, getting arrested isn't meant to be meant to be comfortable, right? He's testing to see what he can get away with, right? Let me act so like helpless, and maybe I'll get a feel for, or get some sympathy from people and get stuff. No one's feeling sorry for you. All right, guys. So tomorrow night, it's up in the air what we will be covering, but we will continue. Maybe we'll do another interview pertaining to this case, because there is ones that we just haven't even listened to yet. I know other people have, maybe on other channels, but I like to kind of comb through things myself with you guys also. So if you're here for re-listening, some people in chat said that they heard something they didn't hear the last time they seen this video. So sometimes that ends up happening. If you guys are interested, maybe we'll go through some other of the interviews tomorrow, or we'll do a Wade Wilson live stream. I'm not really sure yet, kind of winging it, but I will be live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And we'll talk true crime then. So thank you guys all for being here. If you haven't subscribed or hit the like button, please do so. And I hope that I can see you guys all tomorrow night for another evening of hanging out and talking cases. And to anybody who donated memberships and super chats and stickers, or just hit the like button and conversed in our chat tonight, thank you so much. I love it. And again, Derek, I can't believe it's 3 years. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys all tomorrow night. Okay, so have a good one.